Look, you know the name Elon Musk, you know Zuckerberg, and you know Bezos. Now let me give you three names that you've probably never heard of. Paul Smith, bloke who rents portable toilets. The Clark family, a family that spent 70 years cleaning oil rags. And Sharon Edwards, a woman who owns half the storage units in her country. All of them are millionaires or better. None of them invented a single thing. Or even myself, right? I didn't invent anything. I own a video conferencing business, meeting rooms. We just basically deployed meeting rooms, video conferencing meeting room technologies, and I've just been nominated as a finalist in the Great British Entrepreneur Awards. I fit out meeting rooms, for Christ's sake. Video conferencing, TVs on walls and cameras. How boring is that? And I didn't invent a thing. Now forget Bezos. In this video, I'm going to show you why the most overlooked businesses on your local high street are quietly building wealth much more than half the startups who are actually getting funded by TikTok and influencers and all that kind of stuff. And how you can start your own one now without a penny of funding and without actually having to think about pitching yourself to any kind of Dragon's Den nutters, right? Let's start with a really basic one, skip hire. Not glamorous. Nobody's ever said when they're going to school careers day, I want to own a skip hire business, please. But here's the fact for you, right? One skip company in a mid-sized town can turn over more in a year than most seed-funded apps ever will, because every single building site, every house clearance, every renovation, they all need one. And there's no substitute product. There's no app that creates a skip for you. There's no, AI guru coding that's going to create a big metal box for you. None of it, right? Second one, laundrettes. These sound like something from the 80s and, in some places they are, but really isn't. There's a bloke I play golf with who owns 4 of them, coin operated as well, in the UK, barely staffed. He tells me his biggest monthly cost is electricity, not people. And he's not chasing customers. He has students, renters, people without washing machines. They come into him every single week forever because the need never goes away. You need to launder your clothes. Or this one, right? This one shocked me, right? Grease trap cleaning.
What the? My retirement grease! No!
As in the thing that sits underneath restaurant kitchens, right? Traps the oil before it gets drained. Nobody grows up dreaming of clearing traps, but it's a legal requirement. It's disgusting enough that almost nobody wants to compete with you, and every single restaurant in your area or your city, they actually need one done on a schedule, whether they like it or not. So why haven't you heard of any of these people? Well, simple, right? They're not posting about it. It's not sexy. It's not Instagram sexy. There's no dopamine hit around clearing grease traps or anything like that. You're not going to get loads of followers as a result of it. It doesn't look good on a dinner table either when you sit next to somebody and tell them that you're a grease trap cleaner. But that's exactly the point, because the businesses that actually make money quietly are almost by definition the ones that nobody's bragging about online. No one's bragging about hanging screens on walls when we're deploying our video conferencing meeting room capabilities. And I've just been nominated as a finalist in the Great British Entrepreneur Awards. If you've ever scrolled past one of those ideas and thought, no thanks, not for me, that's not logic talking, that's your ego. We want the businesses that make us look interesting, not the ones that actually make money, and the ones that, are by preference alone are probably costing you more money in bad decisions because your ego's feeding those decisions. If that's all been said, and we're trying to ensure that logic is driving these decisions, how do you actually build one of these businesses? I'm going to break it down for you in 3 phases, because these phases are absolutely vital. These are genuinely how these businesses work. And basically, skipping a phase fails. So make sure you don't skip a phase. There's 3 phases to it. Phase 1, this is the foundation phase. This is where you pick your boring business, whatever it may be, and you learn how to do it properly before you try to scale anything. Pick something with 3 qualities. People need it, and they need it repeatedly. Most people don't want to do it themselves, and it doesn't require any kind of specialist equipment or specialist skills to get started. Think pressure washing, mobile car valeting, gutter clearing, pest control, all of that fit the description. Go work a few jobs, shadow someone, watch every single video there is on it. Understand where the actual time and cost for that business goes, and then start that business. Now, most people skip this bit entirely and go straight to buying a van and a logo. And that's why most businesses of that, or most people like that, fail. You need to understand the job, the operations, the scalability of it before you can actually start systemizing it. Which takes us to phase 2, which is systemizing. So this is where you stop trading any of your own hours or money and start building something that runs without you standing there every single time of every single minute of every single day. Now, once you're getting steady work and that's coming in, put the boring digital basics into place. The competition generally can't keep up, right? So you get yourself a Google business profile, you start collecting reviews, you set up simple online booking systems so that people aren't ringing you, but they're actually using an automated system. You use basic invoicing software instead of notebooks. You post your actual work online, before, after photos, nothing fancy, just some transformation stuff. And then that's when you then start automating all of your system from there. Then what you do is you reinvest all of that. You turn that reinvestment into assets. Basically, it's not liabilities. You get a second van, you get better equipment, you get part-time help. It's not flashy, but it's bringing you out of the business. Now, it's the systemizing bit which is really important, because integrating all of those frameworks that you've just created to make this system repeatable, that's what we use our business simplified frameworks for, which is an interactive tool we developed. It gives you the frameworks to be able to run your business in a systemized and framework way. Management, sales, marketing, the whole thing. If you want access to that, we give it out for free. Link is in the description below. Go check that out. Create your systems and your frameworks based off of what we do. And once you've got those frameworks and systems in place, we then move on to the third phase, which is the scale phase, right? This is where it starts being an actual business and not a second, not a full-time job. Basically, you add a second crew. You take on commercial contracts instead of just residential ones. You start running a small local ad budget, and then you go after some of the bigger fish. Letting agents, construction firms, facilities managers, people who need and regularly require you, and they pay reliably as well. This is also where real wealth gets built, because a boring business with 2 to 3 crews running consistently, steady contracts, no drama, they all turn into dependent businesses, and that's the kind of thing that keeps generating cash wherever you are, whenever you are. Even if you're on holiday sipping pina colada. So that's 3 phases. Learn it, systemize it using our business simplified frameworks. Again, I'll stick the link in the description below, and then scale it. That's the 3 frameworks. That's genuinely the whole blueprint, and none of it requires you to invent anything. It just requires you to accept that being boring sometimes pays. That's boring businesses done. Just when you do set it up, just make sure that you're protected when it comes to your conversations, because most business owners have confidential conversations on multiple occasions throughout the day, and Apple, your phone, has built-in settings to be able to listen to those conversations. So if you've ever had, here's the thing, if you've ever had a conversation with someone and then notice that your phone is feeding you ads on the exact thing that you've just been talking about, then you need to go and check out this video here. Go check that out. See you in the next video.